I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. It is, imagine the actors in the Marvel Cinematic Universe playing Major League Baseball against legends past and present, and then imagine that it is a full 162 game schedule from beginning to end. No skipped innings, no simulated games. This is game number 50 in the schedule. As you can see, the Avengers have been placed in the National League West. They've replaced the San Diego Padres in that division. They're currently in first place, 33-16 record. They have a game-and-a-half lead on the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's May 20th, almost June. Let's jump into the next game in the schedule and let's see what happens. So I'm in the middle of a 3-game set at Miami against the Marlins. The Avengers have won the first 2 games 12-7 and 3-2. So now they got the brooms out. They're going for the sweep. They're trying to win 3 straight against Miami. Afternoon game, view organizations games, play game. All preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Okay. AA injury, keep him active. Play full game. We are the away team at Miami. Here is Miami Marlins Park. The roof is open, clear skies, looks good. Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, is the starting pitcher. It looks like some people need some rest, so let me put some backups in there. Let's say Tom Holland. I will bring in Phil Coulson to play for Tom Holland. Let's say Chris Evans needs a day off. Actually, Chris Evans and Mark Ruffalo, we're going to switch positions. So Mark Ruffalo will be the catcher, and Chris Evans will be... Actually, I'll wait on that for a second. Mackey. Let's see. Now, I'll leave Mackey in. Chadwick Boseman for Benedict Cumberbatch. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. will switch positions with Dave Bautista. Sorry for this. It just takes me a minute to situate. And then I'll bring in Sebastian Stan. So that's good for now. But now I have to redo the lineup. Okay, so Don Cheadle will lead off. Benedict Cumberbatch will hit second. Mackey will hit third. Mark Ruffalo will hit fourth. No, oops, mistake. Mackey will hit third. Ruffalo fourth. Dave Bautista fifth. Idris Elba sixth. Sebastian Craig. Okay, looks good. Make sure Cheadle. Okay, looks good. Sorry about the delay. Howie Kendrick on the Miami Marlins carries a 21-game hitting streak into this contest. These are the starting lineups. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. The difficulty setting is set on All-Star, which is somewhere in the middle. This is game number 50 of a 162-game full created franchise schedule. Welcome for some Major League Baseball. It is an afternoon matchup between the Hollywood Avengers and the Miami Marlins here at Marlins Park in Florida. On the mound for the Marlins, Devin Schmelzer, making his second start of the season. His first start was a successful one. He pitched 8 shutout innings, just his second start. And stepping up to the plate for the Avengers is Don Cheadle, hitting .333, 7 homers, 30 runs batted in on the season. Don Cheadle in the Marvel Cinematic Universe plays James Rhodes, War Machine. And he pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Cheadle is a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Schmelzer. And he grounds it foul up the third base line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Cheadle. Welcome back to the stream, Outlander. Thank you for joining me. And he just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The retractable roof is off. It's a beautiful afternoon game. And that is a bloop base hit to center field for Don Cheadle. He leads off the game with a single. And the Avengers have a leadoff man on. Here's a replay.
The first baseman, number 3.
So next up is Benedict Cumberbatch, 344, 6 RBIs, playing third base in place of Chadwick Boseman today. And that's a line drive, base hit to center field. And then we'll have 2 runners on and nobody out here in the top of the first. Just for accountability's sake, I like to show the difficulty setting once a game. Line drive, base hit to center field. Doctor Strange sees all. All right, so before we go to the plate, let's go over to options. Gameplay. Hitting difficulty is at All-Star. And the pitching difficulty is also at All-Star. I like to show that once a game just for accountability. Next up, Anthony Mackie hitting .309 on the season. 2 runners on. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Anthony Mackie, thanks to Disney Plus, has a new name. He's no longer the Falcon, but I will keep my mouth shut for those of you that don't have Disney Plus and are unaware of the change in the Marvel Universe. Right now, I'll just call him Sam Wilson. And that is a lazy fly ball to left. He makes the catch for out number 1. Tagging and moving to third is Don Cheadle, so there'll be a runner at first and third with only 1 out. Starting lineup for the Avengers. Don Cheadle is in center, Benedict Cumberbatch at third, Anthony Mackie's at short. Mark Ruffalo is the catcher today. Dave Bautista is at first, Idris Elba's in left, Sebastian Stan is in right. Clark Gregg is at second, and batting ninth, playing DH, is Chris Evans. Actually, that's a mistake. I wanted to keep Chris Evans on the bench, but whatever happens. Next up is Mark Ruffalo, hitting .326. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. He has 10 homers to lead the ball club, 39 runs batted in on the season. It is the middle of May in this full season franchise. Pitches inside, 2 balls and no strikes on Ruffalo, who plays the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Universe. Runners lead off first and third with 1 away. Grounder past the first baseman in its left field. It's an RBI single for Ruffalo. And just like that, the MCU has an early 1-0 lead. That's RBI number 40 on the season for the Incredible Hulk. Hulk smash. Little late on the fastball. Ground ball with eyes past the lunge of the first baseman. So next up is Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer. .308, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. And it's a hard ground ball, base hit to left. Rounding third and heading home is the fielder. He will score. It is a 2-0 lead on an RBI single from Drax, Dave Bautista. And they are off to the races here in this first inning. Here's the replay from Bautista, former WWE professional wrestler. Next up is Idris Elba. Currently on a hot hitting streak, 10 for his last 23. Overall, he's hitting .293, 3 homers, 21 runs batted in. Idris Elba plays Hemidall in the Marvel Universe. Runners are at first and second and only 1 out. 2 runners have already crossed the plate. Grounder to short, over to second for 1, back to first. In time, it is a double play to retire the side, but the Avengers in the top of the first score twice. And after half an inning of play, it's the Avengers 2, Miami coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers is Rocket Raccoon, played by Bradley Cooper. He's making his 10th start of the season. He has not pitched well this year so far. He's 2-4 with a 5.68 earned run average. Leading off for the Marlins, Trey Turner, shortstop, hitting .220, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. Comes the first pitch from Cooper. Outside corner, strike 1. Avengers are 33-16, good for first place in the NL West. That is Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange at third base. And that is, I believe, Don Cheadle in center field. Grounded to first. Scoop nicely, takes it to the bag himself. Drax records the first out. Starting lineup for the Marlins. Trey Turner is at short. Howie Kendrick is at second. Bryce Harper's in right. Max Muncy is the first baseman. Yadier Molina is the catcher. The DH is Nicholas Castellanos. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is at third. Mike Yastrzemski's in left and batting ninth. And playing center field is Oscar Mercado. Howie Kendrick, .314, 6 homers, 19 runs batted in. He carries a 21-game hitting streak into this ball game. Takes a pitch at the knees for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Kendrick. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Struck him out swinging. There's 2 away. First strike out of the game for Rocket Raccoon.
Batting third, the right fielder, Bryce Harper.
So with 2 down, up steps the right fielder Bryce Harper. 324, 15 homers, 40 runs batted in. 2 outs, bases empty, 2-0 lead for the Avengers. In there, strike one.
0-1's the count.
Just misses with the splitter. Modest 5-game hitting streak for Bryce Harper. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls off the cut fastball behind home plate. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harper was the 2019 MLB The Show cover athlete. Misses down and away. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, 2-0 lead for the MCU. And he skies it to left. There is Elba, and Hemidall makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Rocket Raccoon, and at the end of 1, the Avengers lead 2-0. So we go to the bottom, check that, the top of the second. Up steps the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. 273, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, part-time player. Playing right field today. And he fouls off the changeup, little out in front. Strike one. Fastball finds the outside corner. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Sebastian. Did he check it?
Did he go?
Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. Ball 1 low. Count is 1-2. And that's a line drive to center. It is a leadoff single for Winter Soldier here in the top of the second inning. So after pitching 8 shutout innings in his first major league start this season, Smeltzer is getting knocked around the park. He's already given up 2 runs. Next up is Clark Gregg, hitting 245 RBIs. Clark Gregg plays Phil Coulson, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel Universe. Has his own TV show for the 5 or 6 seasons. I think it hit him. Yes, it did. So, first a hit, now a walk. There'll be 2 runners on and nobody out here. So next up is Chris Evans. I would like to, well, you know what, Chris Evans is going to play. He's been slumping as of late. Averages 290, 4 homers, 18 runs batted in. 2 runners on, nobody out. Inside, ball 1. Chris was 0 for 4 in yesterday's contest. Down and in, 2 balls and no strikes on Steve Rogers. And that is a shallow fly ball to left, and it dunks in there for a hit. Rounding third and heading home is the base runner. The throw to the plate will not be in time. It is actually an RBI bloop base hit. He can do this all day. The original Captain America. Again, it is playing him deep, and it just dunked in there into left center field for a base hit. And the score is now 3-0 Avengers. So the lineup turns over. Don Cheadle was singled and scored a run in his first at-bat. He's up there for his second plate appearance. Grounds it deep in the hole short. Long throw to first is in time. And there is 1 away. Almost beat it out, but not quite. Defensive alignment for the Miami Marlins in the outfield from left to right is Yastrzemski, Mercado, and Harper. And in the infield is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Trey Turner, Howie Kendrick, Max Muncy, with Yadier Molina behind home plate. So next up is Dr. Strange. Runners in scoring position, 2 of them. Runners at second and third. Pitches outside for ball 1. Benedict had a single and a run scored in his first at-bat. Chance for 2 RBIs with a single. Put this game further out of reach. Inside corner, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Cumberbatch. Outside corner, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, runners lead off second and third with 1 away. Outside corner, struck him out swinging. No, check that, struck him out looking, pardon me. And there's 2 away, and he does not get the runner home. Left the bat on his shoulder. So next up is Anthony Mackie, who lined out in the first. Again, 2 runners in scoring position, but now with 2 away. And that is a bloop, foul ball, strike 1. Anthony's hitting .307 on the season. Went 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs in game 1 of this 3-game series. That's a deep drive to left. Center fielder racing back to the track. Makes the catch to retire the side. So they strand the 2 runners. But they score a run. After an inning and a half of play here in Marlins Park, it's the Avengers leading 3-0. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Max Muncy, the first baseman, hitting .289. Here comes the pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball down by his ankles. Strike 1. Chased a bad pitch. Grounder into the shift from the second base side of second base. Anthony Mackie throws to first for out number 1. Defensive alignment for the Avengers. In the outfield from left to right is Elba, Cheadle, and Sebastian Stan in right. And in the infield we have Cumberbatch, Mackie, Clark Gregg, Dave Bautista at first today with Mark Ruffalo behind home plate. So next up is the catcher Yadier Molina, hitting .301 on the season. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. It's a 1-out single for Molina. And the Marlins have their first base runner of the game. Next up is the DH, Nicholas Castellanos, .289, 10 homers, 28 runs batted in. Out in front of the fastball, strike 1. Bradley Cooper is styling with the shades. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes on Castellanos. Runner leads off first. Grounder. 1, 2, 6-4-3 double play, and the side is retired. Quick inning for Rocket Raccoon at the end of 2. It's 3-0 Avengers. Leading off the top of the third is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. He's up there for his second plate appearance. Pitch is low, ball 1. Mark was 2 for 4 yesterday. He's got a hit already today. Slow bouncer to third. Fields, fires, got him. And there's 1 away here in the top of the third inning. So the standings in the National League East, the New York Mets are 32-18, and as you can see, the Miami Marlins are in last place, 13.5 games back. Next up is Dave Bautista. He has an RBI single today, second plate appearance. It's 3-0 lead, 1 out, bases empty. Pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Dave is 5 for his last 12. That's a .417 clip. Change up outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the curveball, count is 1 and 2. Dave Bautista is a former WWE professional wrestler. Then he became an actor, obviously. That's a line drive headed down the right field line, and it will dunk in there for a base hit. It will go all the way to the wall. He makes a turn at first, heads to second. It is a one-out double for Drax the Destroyer. And they have a runner in scoring position on Dave Bautista's 13th double of the season. Here's the replay. Slicing, but finds that corner. Rolls all the way to the MLB Network sign. Next up is Idris Elba with a runner at second and one away. Idris is grounded out in the first. Deep fly ball, but playable in right. Harper makes the catch for out number 2. Next up is Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier, singled in his first at-bat, scored a run. 2 away, needs a single to get that runner home from second, at the very least. Low, ball 1. Checks his swing, pitches low again. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Sebastian. Hard ground ball, base hit through the box, rounding third and heading home is the runner. It'll be an RBI single with 2 outs for the Winter Soldier, and the score is now MCU leads 4-0. Devin Schmelzer, 2 2/3 innings pitched. He's already given up 8 hits and 4 earned runs. Next up is Phil Coulson, played by Clark Gregg. Big lead at first. He's going, but the pitch out, throw down to second is not in time, even with the pitch out. He stole the base. Strong throw from Yadier Molina, right on the money, but Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, is too quick. So runner in scoring position for Clark Gregg. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Grounder to first, backhanded. Quick toss to Schmelzer. Steps on the bag to retire the side. So a run on the RBI single, and after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Hollywood Avengers leading 4-0. Hey Dylan, thank you for joining the stream, much appreciated. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's the third baseman, hitting .248, 3 homers, 19 runs batted in. The pitch from Rocket Raccoon. In there, strike 1. Forkball finds the outside corner. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Guerrero. I remember when Vladimir Guerrero's father played for the Angels. That's a deep drive to left. Back goes Elba to the track. He makes the catch for out number 1. So the standings in the NL West, as you can see, the Hollywood Avengers lead the division with a 33-16 record, with the Dodgers a 1.5 back. So next up, with 1 away here in the bottom of the third, is Mike Yastrzemski, who's super hot in his last handful of games. Overall, he's hitting .339, 5 homers, 12 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1. So Bradley Cooper has struggled as of late. His record is 2-4 on the season, but he's been posted a 4-0 lead in this contest. Cut fastball, inside corner. Count is 0-2 on Yastrzemski. That's a line drive to left. There is Elba for out number 2. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. It's a 4-0 lead already for the Avengers. Next up is the number 9 hitter, the center fielder Oscar Mercado, hitting .272 on the season. Comes the pitch from Cooper. Grounder. Cooper has it. Throws to first. It's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Rocket Raccoon, and at the end of 3, it's a 4-0 lead for the Avengers. Thank you for joining the stream. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. This is game number 50 of 162. So leading off in the top of the 4th is Chris Evans. He has an RBI single today. Chris Evans plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Universe. Pitches inside, ball 1. And that's a hard line drive, but it will curl out of play for strike one. Welcome back, Dylan. Thank you for joining the stream. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Chris Evans. Hard ground ball back through the box. It is a single to lead off the top of the 4th. And the Avengers have a base runner. Next up is Don Cheadle. War Machine was 1 for 2 today. Evans leads off first. And that's a hard line drive, but right there is Mercado. He makes the catch for out number 1.
The batter, number 3.
Next up is Dr. Stephen Strange, played in the MCU by Benedict Cumberbatch. He's 1 for 2 today. Runner at first, 1 away. 4-0 lead for the Avengers. 4, 6, 3, and the side is retired. So, 3.5 innings gone by here in Miami Marlins Park, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Avengers. What is my favorite rapper? Jay-Z. These guys are not announcing the game. I am RC Robbin, and I am the announcer of this game. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Trey Turner, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 1. Cooper sets and delivers. Outside corner, strike 1. Misses with the changeup outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Turner. Turner's the shortstop for the Miami Marlins. He plays for the Washington Nationals in real life. And he fouls off the cut fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jams him. Bautista dives, does not come up with the catch. So the at-bat will continue. Comes the pitch from Cooper. Deep drive to right. Back goes Sebastian Stan. Winter Soldier makes the running catch for out number 1. So next up is Howie Kendrick. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's riding a 21-game hitting streak. Misses low, ball 1. Oh, I like Eminem. Absolutely. Marshall Mathers. I love Eminem. So the count is 1-0 on Kendrick. Lazy fly ball to center. There is Don Cheadle for out number 2, and Kendrick is now 0 for 2.
The right fielder, number 34.
So with 2 down, up steps Bryce Harper, who's 0 for 1. Base is empty. 4-0 lead for the MCU. And that's a line drive to center, but right there is War Machine. It's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Cooper. At the end of 4 innings of play here in Miami, it's a 4-0 lead for the Avengers. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 2. It's 3 for 9 in this series.
Number 9.
Pitch is high, ball 1. Mackie has 4 triples on the season. He can fly. Get it, fly. Outside count is 2 balls and no strikes on Mackie. And he pops him up in the infield. Racing in is Vlad Guerrero Jr. in foul territory. Makes the catch for out number 1. Next up is Mark Ruffalo. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Mark plays the Incredible Hulk in the MCU. Outside and low, ball 1. He's 11 for his last 32. That's a 344 clip. So he's been hot. And that's a drive to center deep. Back to the track, the wall. He's on the warning track, makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning for the Avengers. Up steps Dave Bautista, who's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Hitting .317 on the season. Pitches outside, ball 1. Grounded to short. It's going to be an easy inning for Smeltzer, his first one. It's a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the fifth. After 4.5 innings of play, the score is still Avengers lead 4-0. Rap God Godzilla, the pop-off Slim Shady. I don't even know what that means, Dylan, but I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. So, we go to sideline reporter Heidi Watney, but unfortunately we for some reason can't hear you. Maybe there's something wrong with your microphone. We're going to have to send a technician down there, maybe with a 9-volt battery, to see if he can fix that problem. But in the meantime, we will return to the plate. It is the bottom of the fifth, and up steps Max Muncy, who's 0 for 1. Cooper's thrown 4 shutout innings. This is bottom of the fifth. Pulls it foul for strike 1. Yanks the 2-seam fastball foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Muncy. Just gets a piece of the forkball to stay alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Misses inside with the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out in front of the changeup, swings and a miss. Struck him out swinging, his 1 away. That's Cooper's second strikeout of the game. Here's the replay. Next up is the catcher, Yadier Molina. Yadier had a single in the second inning. Pitches low, ball 1. Yadier's 2 for 9. With a homer in this series. He's hitting .305 on the season. Comes the pitch from Rocket. Outside corner with the cut fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball, foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yadier Molina. Fouls it up the first base line. At bat will continue. Count is 1-2. And that is a lazy pop-up down the first base line, out of play, and the at bat will continue. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounder to second. There is Phil Coulson. Clark Gregg makes the throw to first, and there are 2 away. Sent you a message on Discord. Outlander, I will check it after the game. Thank you for being so social. So with 2 down and the bases empty, the DH Nicholas Castellanos steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. It's a question I've been wanting to ask a New York person for years. Well, I'm more than willing to answer it. I've been born, raised, line drive, caught by the ball boy in foul territory, strike 1. The song Rap God, the song Godzilla, the songs Oak Slim Shady. Dylan, you sound like you are a big-time rap fan. Good for you. So, 0-1 count to Castellanos. Pitch is low, 2-seam action. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-0 lead for the Avengers here in this 3rd game of a 3-game series against the Miami Marlins. Going for the sweep. That's a deep drive down the right field line. It will be in there, 1 hop to the wall. He's going to have a 2-out double here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Castellanos, double number 6 on the season. Next up is Vlad Guerrero Jr., the 3rd baseman. He's got a runner in scoring position with 2 down. The pitch from Cooper. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball, strike 1. Welcome to the stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining. It's a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. Grounder to third, past the stretch, rounding third and heading home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It isn't. Oh, he's going to second. Throw to second is, he got him. So the side will be retired. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has an RBI single to get them on the board. At the end of 5, it's an official ball game. It's the Avengers 4, the Marlins 1. So we go to the top of the 6th inning, and in relief comes Hal Newhouser. Interesting time to bring in the closer. Hal has 8 saves in 10 appearances. His ERA is high, 4.66. But to bring him in the 6th inning is a surprising decision by the manager. Leading off here in the top of the 6th with the bullpen active for the Marlins is Idris Elba, who's 0 for 2. Idris plays Hemidall in the Marvel Universe. Here comes the pitch. Hard ground ball to the third baseman. Guerrero throws to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting.
Next up is Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier. 2 for 2 with an RBI. He's hitting .314 on the season. So Monday night, Paul will not be here. It is a bloop to right, and it will dunk in there for a single. It is a base hit with 1 away for the Winter Soldier. So Monday night, Paul will not be here. I think I'm going to do MLB 21, the show. Not sure what after. Well, listen, I'd be more than happy to tune in. Those of you that are interested, the Outlander show is a great channel on YouTube. You should really check it out. He does Madden franchise. He does MLB the show. Up next is Clark Gregg. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Officially, he's 0 for 1. Pitch is outside, ball 1. For the season, he's 6 for 26. He's only had 26 at-bats. We're in the middle of May. Backup player, giving Tom Holland, Spider-Man, some time off at second base. Outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. It's a 4-1 lead for the Avengers. Runner leads off first is Sebastian Stan. Quick throw, he's back. Sebastian plays the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Universe. Please listen, Slim Shady, after the stream for Eminem. Well, I'm not sure if I will do that, Dylan, but pitch is low. Count is 3 balls and no strikes on Clark Gregg. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I do not swing on 3-0 counts. I always take a pitch just to see if I can coax out a walk. Outside, ball 4, you see? So he walks him. 4 balls. Runners will be at first and second and 1 away. Here in the top of the 6th. Up steps Chris Evans. Steve Rogers in the Marvel Universe. He is 2 for 2 with an RBI. I do like Eminem, though, so we'll see what happens. Pitches inside, ball 1. Evans has not been hitting well with runners in scoring position this season. Only .222 so far, but it's early, so we'll see what happens as we approach the All-Star break. That ball is high. It is far. It is gonzo. It is a 3-run home run for the first Avenger. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. The original Captain America. And the score is now 7-1 Avengers. Oh, yeah. It's home run number 5 on the season for Evans. It's needed to be put down in the lineup a little bit. A little pressure. Take the pressure off. Bat him 9th for a game. And it looks like it has done wonders for his psyche. Deep drive. So next up, well, first of all, in relief for the Marlins, Reynaldo Lopez makes his 6th appearance out of the bullpen. He has no record. His ERA is 5.40. And he will face Don Cheadle, 1 for 3 with a single. And he jams him. 1 hop to the second baseman, throws to first in time, 2 away. 1 pitch, 1 out for the reliever Lopez. So with 2 outs and bases empty, up steps Benedict Cumberbatch, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Hard ground ball to the first baseman. Muncy spears it, steps on the bag, and retires aside, but not before Chris Evans does this, hits a 3-run home run to break this game open. It's a 6-run lead here after 5.5 innings of play. The Avengers lead 7-1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Mike Yastrzemski. He's 0 for 1 with a line out today. Cooper is cruising. That's swings at the first pitch, drives it to right. There is the Winter Soldier, 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, center fielder.
Next up is the center fielder, Oscar Mercado, 0 for 1. Slow roller up the third base line. Charging is the third baseman. Barehand throws the first, not in time. It is an infield single for Mercado. And they have a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 6th. So the lineup turns over for the Marlins. Up steps Turner for his 3rd appearance. He's 0 for 2. Runner leads off first. And that's a line drive base hit to center, and it's 2 consecutive hits for the Marlins. Runners will be at first and second with only 1 out. So they are threatening. Okay, before we go to Kendrick, manager's office and bullpen, I'm going to warm up Sam Jackson and I'm going to warm up Ed Norton in the bullpen. And the manager is going to go out to the mound, send the pitching coach out to the mound to talk it over. Howie Kendrick is 0 for 2 today. He struck out, he flied out. He has brought a 21-game hitting streak into this contest. Pitches low, ball 1. He's trying to keep that hitting streak alive. Grounder over to second for 1, back to first. Double play, and the side is retired. And Kendrick returns to the dugout with 0 for 3. And here we look at Clark Gregg giving Spider-Man a day off at second base. Took him out. End of 6, it's 7-1 Avengers. So we go to the bottom, no, check that, the top of the 7th. Up steps Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 3 today. Lopez is in there for his 2nd inning of work. Pulls it up the first base line. That is a foul ball. Say after the play, the sponsor of Nike. I wish I could do that, but if I have any hope of being sponsored, I can't say things like that, unfortunately. If anything, I have to say that Nike is not a sponsor. I wish Nike was, but Nike is not a sponsor. And he yanks it. That's a base hit for Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. And they have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 7th. So Mackie is 1 for 4 today at the plate. Pulls it down the right field line. Next up is the Incredible Hulk, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI single, 4 for 11 in the series. Pitches outside, ball 1. Mackie leads off first. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 7-1 lead for the Avengers. And he yanks the changeup, but pulls it foul for strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Welcome to the stream. Thank you for watching. Checked his swing. Slider was outside. Count is a hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike on Ruffalo. On deck is Drax the Destroyer. Inside, ball 4. He walked him. So now there'll be 2 runners on and nobody out here in the top of the 7th for Ronaldo, who's putting himself in deep trouble. No in-game sponsor of Coke and game. No in-game sponsors. I wish I had an in-game sponsor, but I do not, unfortunately. So next up is Dave Bautista. Dave is 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and RBI. He's hitting .315 on the season. He has a runner in scoring position at second base. Grounder, third. He throws it into the outfield. It's an error, and the runner will come home to score on the E5 by Vlad Guerrero Jr., and the score is now 8-1 MCU. There'll be runners at first and third and still nobody out. He had a perfect round the horn double play, and he throws it into left field, and still there's nobody out. Add insult to injury. Up next is Idris Elba, who's 0 for 3 today. Runner in scoring position at third with less than 2 outs. He doesn't need a hit to get him home. And that's a deep drive. Back to the track, the wall, makes the catch. Tagging at third is the runner. He will score. It is another RBI and a sacrifice fly for Idris Elba, and the score is 9-1 Avengers. And this, ladies and gentlemen, the floodgates have opened. This is a blowout. Feels nice to blow out a team every once in a while. Yesterday's game was 3-2 going into the 9th inning. Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, is 3 for 3 today. 1 out, runner at first. 8-run lead for the Avengers. Hard ground ball, base hit through the right side, and it's 2 runners on and 1 out, and the inning just keeps on going. Need a sip of my. It's obviously the iced coffee that's giving me these outbursts of runs. So, the manager of the Marlins, Don Mattingly, has seen enough. He calls for the Joseph Shaw to come out of the bullpen. 1-3 with a 13.24 ERA. Ooh, he is a terrible record. Clark Gregg steps up. 2 on, 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Shaw. And it is a bloop to center, but playable for Mercado. He makes the catch for out number 2. So there are 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Next up is Chris Evans. Chris is having a day. He's 3 for 3. He has 4 runs batted in. Chance for more with the runner at second. But he'll need a hit. Let's see what happens. Pitch is low, ball 1. 2 right-handers warming in the Marlins bullpen. Ross Stripling and John Brebbia getting loose. Runners lead off first and second. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. And that's a hard line drive, but that one looks like it will be playable, and it is. And Oscar Mercado retires the side, but not before a slew of runs cross the plate. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. The Hollywood Avengers lead 9-1. Oh, yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Up steps Bryce Harper, who's 0 for 2. He's 3 for 11 in this series. Cooper's still out there with an 8-run lead. There's no reason for him not to be. Fouls it back, strike 1. Do you play on PS4 or PS5? I unfortunately play on PS4. I would love to have a PS5, but it's very difficult to find a PS5 for sale in the United States right now. So I'm going to rock with the PS4. You know, for now, I'm still enjoying myself. Hopefully you are too. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Harper. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Ruffalo. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Strikeout number 3 for Cooper. Rocket Raccoon. Couldn't catch up to it. Next up is the first baseman Max Muncy, who's 0 for 2. Pitch is high and outside, ball 1. At the knees, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. I play Xbox One, SAS all at all distal. I'm not really sure what that means, but obviously you play Xbox One. Pulls it foul down the right field line. Strike 2. Pitch count's really low for Rocket Raccoon. He's only thrown, this will be pitch number 61 here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he struck out the first 2 batters here in the bottom of the 7th. Strikeout number 4 for Cooper. Oh, love me some baseball. With 2 down and nobody on, up steps Yadier Molina, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch is high, ball 1. He's 2 for 10 in this 3-game series. The Avengers have won the first 2 games, and that's a line drive. Base hit to center field for Yadier Molina. He has a 2-out single, and the inning will continue for the Marlins. They need base runners. It's an 8-run lead for the Avengers. The Avengers won the first game of this series 12-7, and then the second game 3-2. So they have the brooms out, and they're ready to sweep 3 games. Next up is Nicholas Castellanos. Checks his swings. Cutter is outside, ball 1. He's 1 for 2 with a double. He scored a run. Misses low. 2 balls and no strikes from Nicholas. In there, strike 1. 2-1. Runner leads off first, 2 away here for the Marlins. Broken bat, grounder to the second baseman. He throws to first, and the side is retired. So we've played 7 innings of baseball. It's an 8-run lead for the Avengers. They lead 9-1. So we go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Don Cheadle. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Joseph Shaw is in there for his 2nd inning of work. And he pulls it to the first baseman. Muncy takes it himself. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 8th. Next up is Dr. Strange. 1 for 4 with a single. He scored a run. There are 9 runs. Obviously, he scored a run. Chases a changeup low. Count is 0-1. Xbox One S digital. Well, that makes sense. That makes a little more sense. Checks his swing. The curveball is low. Attendance 10,139. That is a pathetic attendance for an Avengers ball game. Outside, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. If the Marvel Avengers, the actors from the MCU, were to play a charity baseball game in Florida, I doubt there would be just 10,000 people in attendance. I think the crowd would be noisy and loud, and he pulls it foul. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Benedict Cumberbatch, the Sorcerer Supreme. Ground ball up the middle, picked by Trey Turner, throws across in time, and there are 2 away. Nice play by Trey Turner at shortstop. So with 2 away, up steps Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie. And he yanks it into the seats for strike 1. Mackie is 1 for 4. Fouls off the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Mackie. You need to see Disney Plus. You need to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's a great series. And it hits him. He's got him down 0-2, and he hits him with a pitch to give him a free pass. I'm not sure what the question marks are about, Dylan. Please explain yourself, sir. I appreciate it. So with a runner at first and 2 away, up steps Mark Ruffalo, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Runner leads off first, 2 away. Outside corner, strike 1. All digital. I don't know what all digital means. You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. Count is 0-1. Bang. But unfortunately, it looks like it's in play for the center fielder. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after 7.5 innings of play, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 7.5. It is 9-1. Avengers lead. Oh, yeah. So, bottom of the 8th, Vlad Guerrero Jr. is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He's 3 for 9 in this series. And since the pitch count is so low, Bradley Cooper is still out there pitching. No reason not to. Might as well give the bullpen a rest today. Fouls it off for strike 1. I mean, unless things get out of control. Deep drive. Late jump for Idris Elba, racing over. He will not make the catch. It bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. It is a lead-off double for Guerrero Jr., his 6th of the season. And they have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th. So next up is Mike Yastrzemski, who's 0 for 2. Fouls it off, strike 1. Pulls it foul into the seats. Count is 0-2 on Yastrzemski. Swing and a miss out in front of the forkball. Strikes him out swinging. That is strikeout number 5 for Cooper.
The center fielder, number 35.
So 1 away. Up steps Mercado. 1 for 2 with a single in the 6th. In there. Strike 1, 96 on the radar gun. Runner at second. 1 away. 8-run lead for the Avengers. Pops him up. Drax is there in foul territory. He makes the catch for out number 2. No advance on the bases. So the lineup turns over yet again for the Marlins. Up steps Trey Turner, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He's only hitting .222 on the season. That's a drive. That will probably go to the wall or over. It's off the wall. 1 run will score, and it is an RBI double for Trey Turner, and the score is now 9-2 Avengers. That's Turner's 13th double of the season. Big leg kick, hits it between the center fielder and the left fielder, and he just trots to second base. So there's no reason to push it any further. Howie Kendrick is up. Let's bring in somebody from the bullpen. The man who played the Hulk first, Ed Norton, back in 2009, steps to the mound. He's pitching in his 18th game out of the bullpen. His record is 0-1 with a 3.96 earned run average. So Kendrick, this will probably be his last at-bat, his last chance. He has a 21-game hitting streak on the line. Outside, ball 1. Will he keep the hitting streak alive? Hits it foul. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Kendrick. Grounder to third. Easy play for Dr. Strange. Throws him out, and provided the score stays the way it is, the hitting streak from Howie Kendrick ends at 21 games. RBI double for Trey Turner, and at the end of 8 innings of play, it's the Avengers 9, the Marlins 2. So we go to the top of the 9th. Up steps Dave Bautista. 2 for 4 with an RBI today.
The first baseman,
Outside, ball 1. Shaw is still on the mound. Fouls off the fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dave Bautista obviously is Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And he fouls off the 2-seamer. Count is 1-2. Looking forward to seeing a Netflix movie called Army of the Dead that stars Dave Bautista. It's coming out in this month, I believe. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Struck him out swinging, and there's 1 away.
now batting.
Next up is Idris Elba. He's 0 for 3, but he does have a sacrifice fly. 1 out, base is empty. Pitch is low, ball 1. And he jams him. Easy play for Howie Kendrick, and there are 2 away. So with 2 down, up steps the Winter Soldier, who's 4 for 4. 2 runs scored, an RBI, a stolen base. He has had a game. Pitches in the dirt, ball 1. Sebastian Stan is making a bid for the starting lineup. He said, "You got to play me." But this time he is finally retired. A high fly ball to center field. Mercado makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Shaw. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last licks for the Miami Marlins here in this series. They trail by 7. The score is 9-2. So up steps Bryce Harper, who is 0 for 3. Ed Norton is in there. I'm wondering manager, bullpen. Let's get Paul Rudd warm. 2 lefties. You know what? Sam Jackson's coming in. The man who plays Nick Fury in the Marvel Universe, Samuel L. Jackson. He's been a starter. He was injured. Now he's pitching out of the bullpen. Let's see if he can get himself going. Ground ball up the middle. There is Mackey. Cut the check. 1 pitch, 1 away. The line for Rocket Raccoon, Bradley Cooper, 7 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He is in line for the win. It would be his 3rd win of the season. Next up is Max Muncy, 0 for 3. Here comes the pitch from Sam Jackson. Pitch is low, ball 1. Welcome to the stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is my attempt to play a 162-game created schedule. Deep drive to center. Playable for War Machine. Don Cheadle makes the catch for out number 2, and the Miami Marlins are down to the final out of this series. 2 away. Next up is Yadier Molina, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He represents the final out of the ball game. Here's the pitch from Sam Jackson. Swing and a miss in front of the sweeping curveball, strike 1. Cut fastballs high, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Deep drive towards the left center field gap. This could be playable. He makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 9-2. And they sweep this 3-game series against the Miami Marlins. The winning pitcher is Bradley Cooper. He gets his 3rd win of the season. That is win number 34 for the ball club. They're 34-16 after 50 games. Let's look at the scoreboard, shall we? So the Hollywood Avengers, 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Miami Marlins, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Again, Bradley Cooper was the winner. Devin Schmelzer gets the loss. Chris Evans, who was moved down to the number 9 hole and was asked to play DH today in order to take some pressure off of him, delivered. He went 3 for 4 with a homer and 4 runs batted in. He is your player of the game. Sam, it's Chris Evans, who played the original, the first Avenger, Captain America. So that is a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you have not already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. That's all for me today for a lazy Sunday. Time to go out and get some barbecue food. I hope you have something for yourself lined up, some good times. Thank you to Dylan. Thank you to the Outlander Show. Thank you to Wicked Quixotic. Thank you to everyone and anyone who poked their heads in and said hello. I appreciate you. Have yourself an absolutely great afternoon. Take care.